Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of STEAM Sundays, hosted by yours truly, the POBots.
Before we dive into today's episode, can we just take a moment to appreciate how the ceilings and the walls around us are not falling apart?
Instead of appreciating the moment, let's appreciate the specialty of structural engineering. The role of structural engineers in modern society is chronically overlooked by many, and they truly deserve more appreciation.
Structural engineers design all sorts of infrastructure for the society that we all live in today. By designing bridges and buildings to be as stable as possible, they provide us with a sense of security. They are the reason we feel safe when driving across bridges and taking the elevator all the way up to the 5th floor.
Structural engineers aren't all safety-oriented though. They know how to have some fun. Structural engineers are responsible for the creation of the world's many attractions. Some examples include, but are not limited to, the Gateway Arch, the Beacon Theater, and the Las Vegas Sphere.
But wait, there's more. What if I told you that all of those structures are engineered by one firm? Now is the perfect time to introduce our special guest from Severud Associates.
The POBots would like to introduce Mr. Fortunato Orlando, one of the vice presidents at Severud Associates.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Before we go any deeper in the interview, would you be so kind as to explain your position in Severud and what you do for the company?
Yes, so I've been working with Severud for the past 29 and a half years, actually. In March will be 30. And I'm an associate, a senior associate. My role in the company as a principal is to basically oversee a group of engineer, okay? And the role in my position is basically to bring in business and work on the first stage of the project with architects, developers, and owners, and then I'll distribute the let's say the workload to a senior associate, an associate, or an engineer. Okay, so that's the rank. I'm like I say, I'm a senior associate principal, and then above me there are 4 principals at Severud Associate.
Thank you for the brief introduction, Mr. Orlando. We're excited about learning more about your background, and I'm sure many of our viewers are also interested in that. So can you tell us a little bit more about your passion and what truly inspired you to get into structural engineering and just engineering in general?
Sure. Well, I was born in a very small town in Italy, and I was, like I said, born and raised. I moved to New York when I was 30. I graduated La Sapienza University in Rome, and I come from a family, a tradition, if you wish. My great-grandfather used to build houses. My grandfather used to do that. My dad did the same. Okay, it's a different type of process or procedure, but basically I was in this business since I was little. Every summer I used to help my father go to the site and work. Different time, different news. Definitely no OSHA requirement, so very lucky that I'm still alive. Yeah, that was always my passion, to build a building. So I took a different step from my dad. Instead of building it, I say I want to learn how to design it, and that's what I did. So I went to school to study structural engineering, and that's my specialty. We design all kind of structure. For residential, commercial, sport facility, and long span, and everything has to do with buildings, basically.
That's pretty cool. It's almost like it got passed down to you to be an engineer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We're also wondering, do you know why Severud undertook the project of building the Sphere in Vegas, and what went into building it? Because that's like everyone in the world knows about the Sphere, and that's kind of crazy that you
Well, we were fortunate that one of our clients, the Madison Square Garden, because Severud has a long tradition. It's a 98 years old company. Okay, we did some of the most iconic structure in the United States, the St. Louis Arch, and just over here in New York City, the Madison Square Garden. That is a very unique structure considering the site, because underneath there is nothing, okay, just the tracks. And the roof is all suspended by cables, okay? So very challenging design, but nevertheless it was built. So the Madison Square Garden that took this venture to design this film in Las Vegas said, all right, we want Severud to be part of this project. And, it took a lot of structural ingenuity to come up with a certain solution to make this wonderful structural work. And of course, it always takes a village to design a building. It's never one person merit, but it's a team. And what I have seen from last year, from the picture that I've seen from you guys, you are very, very close team, and that's what is important. That's what you have to strive. Stay together, work together. All of you are different, but all of you have the same goal, okay? There is the guy that is good at detailing, there is the guy that is good with the ballpark idea, and then there is the one in between that are the worky bees, and but that's very important. A team is composed by many different type of people that work well together, okay? And you guys are doing an excellent job.
Like a family.
Hopefully this year will repeat what you did last year, okay? So that's the sphere. That's we were with Populous was the architect, was very, very innovative type of thinking, okay? And then we use a specialized computer program that allow us to do many type of iteration in a very fast manner, okay? So instead of doing the old-fashioned calculation by hand, we have these programs right now that are extremely powerful and allow us to modify the scheme in very, very fast. And then with the steel contractor, we decide to go in a certain way, in a certain direction, and we accomplished a lot. But it takes a village. It's just no one person merit.
It's all about the team effort.
Yes, absolutely.
It helps you achieve so much more. And we've seen that a lot with our team and our success.
Very good. Very
But
good.
anyway, going back to your projects, why don't you tell us about some of the more local projects, the New York-based ones? How about 270 Park Avenue, the new JP Morgan Chase headquarters?
Yes, okay. So 270 Park Avenue also is a very, very interesting project, very atypical because like every other skyscraper is not supported on solid ground, if you wish, but there are a lot of tracks underneath. There is trains like the Madison Square Garden, and it was very, very challenging to figure out how to transfer the load to the ground. Okay, so there are two types of load. There is the gravity load, the lateral load. I'm not going to go into details because we can stay here for days, but that was very, very challenging because we can only go in between the platform and the railroad tracks. Okay, we didn't have much space to do that, so we have to come up with the new materials never used before in New York City. We use a very, very high strength concrete, first time in the East Coast, not in New York City. And it took months and months to test it. Also team effort to reach those results. And then we were lucky to work with another very creative architect, which is Foster and Partner. And we were very pleased that the architect, although they tried to take all the credit, if you wish, all right, they were very kind to share the merit of this building with the structural engineer. And it's basically said in one sentence: for this building, the architecture is the structure is the architecture. So that was very well said by Lord Foster, and we were very pleased to be recognized that yes, the building is magnificent because they know how to beat a beautiful shape and form, but at the same token, if it was not for us, this building was not be able to stand the way that it is. So very few points where we can support the foundation, very difficult, very challenging, but nevertheless another great team effort and allowed us to build this majestic building.
Yeah, and watching that come together is just so fascinating to see, and it's such a large scale and just such an interesting project to me. And it's also just really interesting to see how teamwork still plays such an important role in your life today, years later. And it's just still such an important part of engineering and such an integral part of everything that you do.
Yes, absolutely.
Um, the final question. I just want to know what advice you would give people like us in our robotics club, or like the FIRST organizations all around the country and around the world, really. What would you give advice? What advice would you give to them in pursuing a career in STEM in the future, in like college and forth? So
Well, one of my cousin. This looks like out of a movie. The Italian people keep talking about family and cousin, which is a very important thing to me. Anyway, so one of my young cousin is 19, actually 20 this year, and is studying engineering, electronic at La Sapienza in Rome as well. And like you guys, is very much in robotics. Okay, so he built his own when he was little. He built his own truck, and then from there he built a speed car. And from there he built a drone, and he mentioned all the components and how much he likes to do that. So this is what I suggest you guys. In the morning, in 7-8 years, when you have to get up and go to work, okay, you have to do something that you really like, something that you are very passionate about it. So in the morning, you get up, the alarm goes off, and you don't say, damn it, I gotta go to work. No, you say, yeah, I'm going to work, okay? So do what you like, follow your passion. You are in this what I call right now hobby, that one day can become your profession because it's very much in demand, and follow your dream, okay? Keep going in that direction. Don't stop. Don't let anybody or anything put you down, okay? And if you get down, it's okay. We all been there. You know what? You get up and keep going, stronger than before. So follow your passion, because again, you gotta do that for the rest of your life. And if you don't like it, it's gonna be terrible. I still get up in the morning and I say, yeah, I'm going to work. Then I say, oh, I gotta deal with this person. Yeah. But that, because I'm not doing anymore what was my passion. I like to design. I like to draw details. I like to put a building together. But then when you reach a certain position, it becomes a little different because you have to deal with writing proposal, invoicing, accounting, and all stuff that is not really your business, but it's still part of your business. Okay, so you have to do it. Okay, it's part of the responsibility, a part of the role that you invest in the company. But yeah, I love what I do. I hope that you guys, find robotic engineering or many of these new branches of engineering that are and right now, and you follow your dream and your passion. That's the only things that I can tell you.
very inspirational.
Yeah, definitely.
Take that to heart.
And it's just so cool to see how everything comes together, and it's like a real full circle moment for you.
Yes. And when you see the result, you have to be very proud. Okay,
It's all
so
worth it.
Yeah.
yes, very proud. You say, even if it's a competition and you don't arrive at the very top, okay, but you are there, okay, and you match with your peers. It's very challenging because it's like in real life, okay, because we are just one firm in New York City, that we are competing with many other firms out there. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. The important things is that, you know, we have enough to keep ourselves busy.
Sure.
Yeah, so follow your dreams, follow your passion, okay? And good luck for everything. Hopefully your project will be top of the line this year as well. Okay?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
It's my
thank you so
pleasure, guys.
much.
And please, once again, keep it up and follow your passion, okay? This is a great things that you guys are doing.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of STEAM Sundays. We hope you took away something meaningful from this episode. Remember, everybody, make sure to keep exploring, keep learning, and stay tuned for our next episode.